Pleasure for me to where we at right now. Of course, this is the. There we go. You got it. Naturally, it's a bit of glue. Anda kuah beri. Yes, untuk ikan ini.
Very good morning to the Ministry of Forestry, the acting. Honored to invite Your Excellency to deliver your address.
Your Excellencies, our friends from the Diplomatic Corps, the Permanent Secretary of Forests and Acting Permanent Secretary of Fisheries too, Mr. Penem, Alimbuli, fellow Permanent Secretaries, our distinguished guests, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, Sampulunaga, good morning, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, and a very good day to you all. Happy Forest Day. On the note, on behalf of my wife and the staff, it's such a pleasure to invite you and thank you for joining us this morning. We had an early morning start. And for those of you who have been with us from the beginning, Nawaleru, Turangisio, Suva, City Council, so nice to have you with us. And Nawaleru, friends from the academy, Professor FNU, thank you for joining us. And the staff from the government ministries and our development partners and friends. Now, as you know, we're here today to celebrate the United Nations General Assembly's proclaimed 21st of March as the International Day of Forests. Now, this started way back in 2011, I've been told, and the day celebration creates awareness on the importance of all types of forests and creates awareness of the need to preserve and care for the world's woodlands. Lovely term, woodlands. On each International Day of Forests, countries are encouraged to undertake local, which we're doing now, national, and international efforts to organize activities involving forests and trees, such as tree planting campaigns. Now, the theme for each International Day is chosen by the Collaborative Partnership on Forests. Now, here in Fiji, we are celebrating International Day of Forests today, Friday the 19th, and I have just learned something from the Permanent Secretary this morning. The actual day falls on the 21st of March, which is on Sunday. And for a country like Fiji, on Sunday, people go to church. So we're celebrating 2 days before the actual day, but nonetheless, thank you for your attendance here this morning. Now, this year, the theme for the International Day of Forests is Forest Restoration, a path to recovery and well-being. I'll say again, forest restoration, a path to recovery and well-being. Very strong statement, very apt and timely theme, in my humble opinion. Now, we only have one Earth, and I'm stating the obvious here. Now, people talk about Plan A, Plan B. There's only one planet. So I think, you and I know the importance of us now celebrating today's Forest Day. And we need to take care of it. Now, that means doing what we can to protect our planet for the benefit of our children, our grandchildren, and future generations of our people. Now, the world we know needs our efforts now more than ever. Now, it is under threat from invasive species or species, diseases such as COVID-19 pollution. Wow. We're still trying to grapple with how to deal with the new norm. Forest degradation, very important. deforestation, and a warming climate change all over again. Now, a small island nation is not only bearing witness to these threats, we are living with them. And I need not remind you of what happened not too long ago. We've been subjected to some very strong cyclones. Some of our villages are in the process of being relocated. Now, we have suffered significant job losses and an increase in economic activity over the past year, all because of COVID-19 and 3 severe tropical cyclones to make things worse. But we persevere, we adapt, and we continue growing as a young developing nation. And we redouble our efforts to preserve the natural beauty of our islands and the bounty of our oceans, and contribute as much as we can to the effort to fight global climate change. Now, so how do we do our part to sustain, preserve, and even improve our natural environment? During these trying times, we turn to nature itself for solutions. Now, forests are critical for our survival, as you all know, and they present us with a valuable solution if we are wise enough to understand them. I'll say again, if we are wise enough to understand them. Now, forests provide homes for native animals. They purify our water and air. They protect our watershed and prevent flooding and soil erosion. They store carbon. And we all know that the world desperately needs to reduce the amount of carbon in the atmosphere. The carbon footprint has got to be reduced. So forests are in the front lines in the fight against climate change. And we need our forests as much as we need to breathe to stay alive. We need our forests as much as we need clean and safe drinking water. And we need our forests to absorb and store carbon to fight against climate change. Now, native trees are well adapted to climatic and soil conditions in Fiji, so they are particularly valuable for reforestation, and they provide many of the forest products and ecosystem services we often take for granted. We should not take too much for granted when it comes to the preservation of the ecosystem. But as humans and animals depend on forests and trees, they too depend on us for their existence. It's a give and take, I suppose, in many respects. Now in Fiji, we lose some 4,000 hectares a year to deforestation. Gee, I'm learning something new every day. That's a lot of land for a small country. Now this is alarmingly high, and I'll agree. Given that Fiji's forest cover is approximately 1.1 million hectares, which is about 60% of the country's total land area, of 1.8 million hectares. Thank you. This is a revision of my geography when I went to school many years ago. You know, whilst I'm going through my speech, I'm also learning, and I'd like to thank the secretary and his staff for providing me with all this valuable information. So when I'm talking to the rest of our fellow citizens, if a kid asks me, what's the total land mass, I have it with me. Not. However, only half, or about half of these are intact native forests, only half, which are now often fragmented and surrounded by degraded forests. I think, for those of us who went up to the Mua Madawata area after the cyclones, you can see for yourself the tangible signs on the ground, how much we have lost through cyclones and deforestation. Now, human activities that drive forest degradation and deforestation include the demand for fuel wood and charcoal, illegal logging, and human-induced fires. Thank God we don't have severe bushfires as they do in other countries. Fiji is too small. So and for your information, correct me if I'm wrong, Commissioner, there's a law against uncontrolled, indiscriminate burning. So I send my team to our neighbors to stop them from burning their rubbish, because it pollutes the atmosphere, and it's quite annoying when you're downwind from those upwind. I think you know what I'm talking about. I want to be friendly with my neighbors, but when it comes to indiscriminate burning, I put my foot down and become a nuisance by sending my team to go and tell them to put out the fires. Now, furthermore, degraded forests are more vulnerable to diseases. Now, they are much like us human beings in a way. If they are in general poor health, they are less able to protect and defend themselves. Very simple. Unhealthy, weakened, and degraded forests are also more susceptible to pests, weeds, and cyclone damage. I'll take up your offer. Send me that man with the magic formula, how to preserve and keep some of these trees growing for the next 50 years or so. Now, in January of 2019, I had the honor of launching Fiji's tree planting program, which started off as 4 million trees in 4 years. It was quite ambitious then, but I was told that we have surpassed it long ago. Now we're into the 6 million trees. It's still counting. Our new target is now 30 million trees in 15 years. I'd like to live long enough so I can be still part of the program. When you get to my age, every day is a bonus. So our new target now is, as I said, 30 million trees. I'm sure we can achieve that. Now, the tree planting and growing campaign is being implemented Fiji-wide, and I'm pleased to announce that more than 6 million trees, as I've said, have been planted to date, and we'll add a few more. Oh, we did this morning. How many trees did we plant this morning? Is anybody counting? More than 20, I am sure. So that's a little bit of our contribution to the national effort. And for information, if you want to call tapioca and dalu trees, I plant 50 or so every day. So that's another contribution into the national effort. How fun. Now, this significant achievement has been made possible through collaborative efforts with national leaders, thank you, communities, corporate bodies, thank you, Fiji Pine Limited and Fiji Hardwood Corporation. Have we got any representatives from this organization here, Fiji Pine, Fiji Hardwood Corporation? Not today. Tell them next time we'd like to see them here. Got a few ideas to share with them. Nak. Civil society organizations, we're here. Faith-based organizations, Patrick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to plant a tree to launch our national campaign 2 years ago, and then again this morning, planting the EV seedling at Sewell's Triangle earlier on. We know that all living things must eventually die, but the severe damage done to the tree was a blow to the entire country. Now, it was damaged some time ago, and then the last cyclone, Anna, I think. Now, damaged the tree, but I'm glad we managed to save part of it. Now, the tree had become a landmark, an island of natural beauty in the city, an accompanying and sheltering friend for generations of Fiji, and I hope it will be the same for generations to come. Now, over the years, the tree had been damaged by various cyclones, as you know, and then this morning, hopefully, we can restore the tree and hope it grows. I guess, the EB tree is a testament to the resilience of our people, and though the tree has weathered many storms, we hope it will continue to be there for younger generations to come. Gee, this is true. The seedling which was cultured from the existing tree, how do you do that? Because I'd like to culture a few other things now. I'm talking about hybrid dalu and tapioca, So I need to talk to some scientists here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, forest restoration involves the replanting of forests and the trees that we've lost. Now, restoring lost forests can help to protect biodiversity, stating the obvious. It's also save our existing native forests that are working overtime, and we are working overtime to lock up carbon stocks and provide us with so many benefits that we take for granted again. Now, sustainably managed forests have a key role in meeting several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and providing solutions for growing a green economy. Thank you to the UN and our development partners for your part in helping us in our development and growing of the green economy. But beyond that, sustainably managed forests make good sense. They are good for us and good for our fellow inhabitants on Earth. As we've stated before, Fiji's tree planting program is our contribution to a global effort to preserve this planet. It not only benefits us, it localizes the objectives of the United Nations International Day of Forests, which highlights the importance of forests for each and every one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very happy International Day of Forests. Thank you once again for your attendance. May Almighty God bless our beloved people and our nation. Thank you.